Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a heavier video, a little darker topic. It's maybe not so fun to talk about, but we need to talk about it. And that's suicide. I was almost asleep last night. I was really tired. And I got an alert, came through on my phone. And it was a message saying that a young man that's in our circle had attempted to commit suicide, and that he was in a coma at this point and non-responsive. I really couldn't sleep. I'm gonna have a hard time not crying about it. I couldn't sleep very well last night. Just the sadness was so overwhelming. I mean, I just saw this kid, this young man at I was up at the school putting some stuff in a locker. I don't know him personally. But he's a person. He's someone's son. And to think of what those parents are going through and what he must have been going through to get himself to the point that he thought that the only answer was just to end it all. That doesn't just happen. I would never put the blame on anyone. We all have to be responsible for our own choices. I just want to say though that usually there's signs, there's things that are going on, but sometimes people can be really good at putting on a show because they don't want you to know the depths of their darkness. And a lot of people can't sit with you in your bad times or your dark times. They can sit with you in your happy times. So, positivity, I mean, yeah, it's great, but there are negative things that happen in our lives that bring us down. And if you're connected to other people, then you can have an outlet. You can tell someone and talk through it. It may not even come as natural for some people to be able to do that. That's why it's so important to stay connected to other people. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to fight your battles by yourself. I used to be like that. Maybe it's partly function on my personality or not feeling safe, or just this, pressure that society puts on people to just always be this upbeat, happy, positive person, Well, for the most part, I am. That doesn't mean that I never have sad moments or moments where I get down. I definitely do. I've learned how to turn those around for myself, coping and in a healthy way. And how to just let my feelings be and just feel it and go through it, because that's the only way through it, is through it. You can't mask it, you can't medicate it, you can't drink it away. That's why people get into all these addictions. Some go after sex, drugs, alcohol, anything that can just temporarily take away whatever they're feeling that feels so bad. But like I said, we don't have to go through this alone. There's millions of people on this planet. Everybody should have somebody that they can talk to and turn to. I really don't know where I was going with this. It's really hard for me to think right now because it's just really upsetting and disturbing to me. But the point of it is if you have good, healthy connections with people, then that's a way that you can work through and talk through issues. We don't have to go at this alone, and suicide is never, never the answer. You matter. If you're thinking of that, you matter. You may not matter to everyone. Everyone may not see you. And at every moment, you may not feel that way. But you are so valuable just for the essence of who you are. You were put here for a reason, and you matter. You're important. You don't need to choose to take your life. It will not fix anything. I really hope that he somehow can come out of this and recover. I don't know what's going to happen right now to him. But let's just think for a minute. What can we do to help each other before we get to this point in life where we feel so hopeless? Check in with your friends. Don't just be all surface. Don't just say, hey, how's it going? How is your trip? How was your new job? Say, is there anything else going on with you want to talk about? Leave it, have open conversations. And you need to be a safe person for them. Sit there with them and let them express, some things that aren't going well, and make it okay and make it normal. Because we all go through things, and we all have dark and negative feelings at times. Sometimes it does help just to talk to someone about it and to get a fresh perspective, because it's kind of like this, when we've got a problem and we're thinking about it and we're dwelling on it, we're trying to figure it out for ourselves. It's like having your hand right here. And when my hand is right up here, all I can see is nothing. But then if you get somebody with an outside perspective that can pull back and take a look for you, they get a clearer view of the bigger picture. And sometimes we need that outside perspective. If we can't scale out and see things from a different level, we all need friends like that. We all need people who can be there for us like that. And not everyone goes to therapy or goes for counseling or spiritual advisors because they don't feel safe. And so sometimes you need to be that first step. I remember a long time ago when I was going through a really bad time, and I had always been the leader, the one that people went to. And so when you're the leader, who do you go to? That can make it really difficult. And I finally I found this person that knew me, and I got enough strength, and I just told them, and I unloaded it all, and I just told them everything that was happening. And they just sat there with me, and they listened and listened, and then they called to check on me the next day, and they encouraged me that they weren't the person to help me, but how about I try this person or that person? And they helped me take some baby steps to get the help I needed. And so that person was a stepping stone. So even if you can't be that person for them, even if you don't have the answers, just sitting there and just being that sounding board that can help them bounce the ideas off or see things from a different perspective, or even just feel comforted or not so alone in that moment. You can make all the difference in the world for someone. There's also a helpline, National Suicide Prevention Line, which I'm going to put the number up here. So guys, just, pay attention. Like, notice what's going on with your friends. If you ever start seeing signs of trouble, don't wait until there's a desperate cry. Start checking in when things are smaller, because things are a lot easier to solve when it's a small problem. Like, I know this sounds so trite compared to what we're talking to, but if you come in your house every day and you just throw your stuff down out of your car, pretty soon you're gonna have a huge pile, and it's gonna take you 20, 30 minutes to put it up and all the way. But if you just take it extra 15, 20 seconds to go ahead and put that belonging in its place on a daily basis, it stays a lot more manageable before it gets so big and overwhelming. I don't know if that was a good way to conclude anything or anything. I don't know if this video is going to be helpful to anyone, but maybe if it reaches even one person that needed to hear it, then that's what's important. Love and peace, guys.